the way you navigate a session, the way you set up a session, you were thinking 4 or 5 steps down the road. If the vocalist asks for XYZ, you've already got it ready to go.
Yeah.
How did that happen? I mean, just out of necessity in your mind?
I think experience, anticipation, and adapting. That's funny you said that, because a lot of times when I am recording, I think, oh, if I do this, then the next thing will be this, and what if he wants to do that then? So what am I gonna do? So I do need to kind of make my workflow just adapt it. Like every artist isn't the same. Every artist doesn't work the same. So that's what you gotta learn and mold really quick on the fly.
Yes.
And I think that's just doing it a lot. And like a lot of the artists I work with, they move very quick.
Yes.
And are very I don't want to say impatient, but they just want to get their creativity out quick before they lose the creative spark. So that's a big part of that, is just staying on my feet and making sure that when they're ready, I'm ready.
Yes.
And there's no, like, a lot of times someone was telling me, like, a small example is, okay, I was talking to someone the other day about how to speed up their process. And they were like, okay, we're going to record. And he was like, okay, cool. Now, what if we want to do that again? I'm going to stop. I'm going to make a new playlist, and then I'm going to record again, or I'm going to stop. And he wants to keep it. Then I'm going to trim it. I'm going to drag it down, and then I'm going to record again. And I was like, you've just said so much, but you haven't hit record again, because all the artist is waiting for you to do is hit record again.
Yes.
So you stop, you hit record immediately, and then you have a couple of seconds before the record has gone over what you did to decide, do you need to playlist it? Do you need to trim it? Drag it down, get it in so that he needs to hear it? All of those decisions are being made as you're doing it. But I think, that was just like a small example that I thought of anticipating.
It's so
doing
true.
Things. Yeah.
These days, if you have too much pre-roll, people get upset. Why am I listening to 4 bars before?
Exactly. I just didn't say that. But Thug is notorious for it has to be a half bar pre-roll. It can't be more, because I get it too. Now I understand. Before I was like, yo, don't you want to get in the flow? He's like, yo, I forget what I'm thinking because it's so spontaneous.
Yes.
A lot of this music is just spontaneity and what the first instinct you have when you hear the music, how your brain as an artist reacts with a certain chord or a certain melody you're hearing or a certain rhythm in the drums or something, and what you feel. They can't lose their train of thought. So it's a half bar. A lot of times it's a half bar that I'm doing this. That means I have a half bar pre-roll, and before that I need to trim that, drag it down, and make sure that I've done it quick enough that Pro Tools is going to register it on the play line and actually play it. You know, a lot of these things I'm saying would have been really hard in Pro Tools, even Pro Tools version 7 or 6.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
no doubt.
It's a lot easier now, and like as the software gets better and more stable, I should say, you can push it to the limits.
Yes. Now you can do 96 tracks at 192 because
exactly.
If you have the 80 grand to buy the computer now, or whatever,
Yeah, it's weird. That's the one thing that me personally, I haven't, because I like the snappiness of the system moving and stuff. I try to keep it to whatever, because a lot of the stuff we do is to electronic, produced, instrumental. Whatever the sample rate of that is, I try to stick to that.